Bailey ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there.
Their own 24-yard line.
Opening play, and Goff wants to pass it. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Gone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
Let's go, man. Let's ride out. Let's ride out. Let's go do this thing, baby.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Goff. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expected to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
They'll start here with Gaskin. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. You can tell he was searching for a hole, trying to find a running lane. There just was none to be found.
Yeah, that's because the big guys in the middle are just clogging everything up. Might want to think about stretching the line splits out a little bit. Make those guys cover a little bit more ground. Maybe you'll find some more room for your runners.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Tua going to throw. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Tua now on first down. And the grab by Kroft. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. From the 31, Tua on target over the middle of the hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
That's a great example of why you don't just make a blanket statement about any player. We talk about running backs when they're over 30. We don't expect big runs anymore. Looks like there's still life in his legs.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Let's do it.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze, because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Second down, Gaskin. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This a 31-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
After the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the 28-yard line. It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Lateral to the line of scrimmage. Linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's now 2nd and 7.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Goff. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now a first down throw. Goff. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Second down and 3. Goff now looking to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Get him going. Let's go. Game time, baby.
Goff throwing again. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Lions have moved out in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. Looking to pass. Tua. Out left to Anderson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Robbie Anderson as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
Remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter, so the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot before break here. Goff. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they, too, didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Patterson now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tua going to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. Yeah, they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the Dolphins' 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on third down. Gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
13 yards. First down, Lions.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up fourth down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. This complete to Jones. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Goff. Steps, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, it's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Patterson's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping it for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 8 now.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Still 9 remaining on second down. From the gun, here's Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
A gain of 12. And the Lions first down.
Now Goff. His throw incomplete.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the fourth quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 4. And it's third down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Goff. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Tua. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Lions offense set to take over. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
Let's ride, dog. Don't stop.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Goff now to throw. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception of the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.